Your last film, Dinesh, 2000 Mules, about alleged fraud in the 2020 election, was blasted as false on numerous points and was also disavowed by its own production company, Salem Media. What was your reaction to that?
Well, you got to remember how these things happen. There's a solitary guy in Fulton County, Georgia, who claims that he was shown in the movie, and he's not a mule, right? And so in the litigation, Salem Media issued a legal statement because the case was settled. And so Salem Media basically agreed to issue this statement. It's like a lot of these legal things where you make a concession based upon this one guy that has nothing to do with the overall themes of the movie. I mean, the movie is 2,000 mules, and it used, cell phone geo-tracking, it used video surveillance, so very powerful techniques to show what happened in the 2020 election. And I was actually hoping there'd be some investigative follow-up. People would go talk to these mules and say, hey, do you have a good explanation for why you're out here on the street at 1:30 a.m. in the morning carrying a backpack full of ballots? Maybe there is a good explanation, but I've never heard one.
What you are seeing is a crime. These are fraudulent votes in two.
This is Mark Andrews. He delivered his family's 5 ballots in October 2020. How do we know they were his family's ballots?
Call SEB case number 2022-054, Gwinnett County ballot harvesting. Morning. I'm Investigator DeWeese with the Secretary of State's office. The first case is 2022-054, ballot harvesting involving a white Ford SUV. Complainant sent in video clips of the white SUV approaching the ballot box at the government building in Gwinnett County. A male subject exits and places 5 ballots inside the ballot box. The video had the vehicle tag. I was able to find the registered owner and identify him and interview him. But prior to my interview, I researched his home and located 5 legal electors that lived inside the home, and they were all family members. I checked all their ballots in our eNet system, and they all coincided as being dropped in the drop box on the same day as the mail placed them in the video. And they were all counted either that day or the very next day. So I then interviewed him and validated that he had more than 5 people living in his home, but the 5 electors all lived in that residence at that time, making all those ballots legal ballots. No discussion, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of the dismissal will say aye. Aye. All those opposed will say nay. So the motion carries and this case is dismissed.
Plaintiff, Mark Andrews. Defendants, Dinesh D'Souza, True the Vote, Catherine Engelbrecht, Greg Phillips, D'Souza Media, Salem Media, Regnery Publishing.
Andrews versus D'Souza et al. Response to plaintiff's August 9, 2024 letter. Contrary to plaintiff's arguments, this case is not about True the Vote defendant's general methodology for its geo-trafficking analysis, which did not implicate plaintiff. As plaintiff indicates elsewhere in its letter, Phillips stated that True the Vote defendants identified in Atlanta 242 people that went to an average of 24 drop boxes. This was the result of True the Vote defendants' geo-trafficking project. Plaintiff, however, was not one of those 242 individuals. Rather, the crux of plaintiff's claims relates to 2000 Mules, the movie, including a short clip of plaintiff with his image blurred, which was obtained through publicly available video from Gwinnett County. Plaintiff's inclusion in the movie was unrelated to the geo-trafficking project. Brief in support of defendants True the Vote's, Catherine Engelbrecht's, and Greg Phillips' motion to dismiss. Not only did True the Vote defendants not claim any knowledge of other non-disclosed facts about Andrews, but his specific identity was obviously unknown to any of the defendants, and the comments were based solely on the video, which was fully disclosed as the basis for the opinions on the implication of Andrews' actions. As noted above, under Georgia law, a statement of opinion is actionable only if it implies the allegation of undisclosed defamatory facts as the basis for the opinion.